Hello, my gorgeous, joyous Geminis. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of March. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for all your likes, Gemini. You are one like away from tying for first place. And I'm now doing bonus twin flame readings. For whoever gets the most likes for the video segment. So not only do you come first, but you also get an extra video. So please continue to send your likes, and thank you so much for all your support on my channel. Let's hop into it, Gemini. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. So this card's been coming out for quite a few signs. It came out for Scorpio, Libra, and Pisces. So if you have those placements or are dealing with those, I do suggest you check that out. But the Five of Wands is all about, you know, regret, like shame for choices and things like that. And because it's coming out in reverse, it's telling me that you're really letting go of things that have happened in the past. Like the story in this card is a man, like he's like married to a woman who he doesn't love anymore, and he's in love with like a younger woman. He ends up killing her so that he can be with the younger woman, and his first wife haunts him and ends up like inhabiting the body of like the younger new wife, and he gets so afraid that he like cuts the head off thinking that it's his, you know, dead zombie wife, and accidentally kills his new bride. So there's a lot of, you know, the feminine not being able to let go and being a haunting force, the masculine just making wrong choice after wrong choice, right? And you're finally letting that go. Okay, it feels like you're finally able to release the blame game, you know, and really getting rid of, you know, any regrets that you may have felt that you had about your own choices, and also not trying to push onto the other person, you know, you should regret for what you've done, right? Or like trying to push shame on someone. So it does feel like you're letting that go, which is awesome, Gemini. However, we have Haunter coming out using pain amplifier. So there's still some sort of psychic pain going on here, okay? Anytime there's a ghost Pokemon, I do say it, you know, ghosts from the past are coming back. So it does seem to be like in your third eye, there's some ghosts coming back, and there is some psychic pain involved. And behind it was the heart chakra in reverse. So it looks like your heart is having a little bit of an issue getting upright. It's like you can finally release that, you know, regret, or, you know, wanting someone else to regret what they did, but there's still pain. Okay, so definitely so proud of the growth that you've done, but it does look like there, of course, needs to be some more healing. So, Gemini, this is what we're doing this month. We are going to take a look into what emotional depths are you in, right? Because it's all about Pisces season, which is that deep, dark, watery abyss, the unseen realm, so to speak. Then we're going to take a look into what is keeping you down there in that watery abyss, what's keeping you stuck. Then in the extended, we're going to take a look at how can we bring you to shore, which is the, you know, earth element. Oh, Four of Wands. That's the twin flame card. There is a lot of luck here. You are in luck. The leprechauns are here, okay? So yeah, how do we bring you to shore, which is the earth, the physical element. And then we'll look at how do we dry you off? That's the air, the mental element, right? Because we have to get out of this water, ground ourselves, dry ourselves off in order to be prepared for that Aries spark, right? That fire. And then, of course, we will look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline and oracles. So let's take a look, shall we? All right, Gemini, what emotional depths are you in? Five of Swords. Yeah, so even though there is this, it does look like you're finally able to get rid of this regret, or, you know, whatever it may be, but it seems like there's still some, so it looks like you're able to get rid of the regret, but the mind is still stuck on the consequences of the actions, is how I want to say. We have another five coming out, right? And fives indicate change because it can be struggle. You know, Five of Wands is chaos, and the story I just told you is chaos. This one is also pretty chaotic and not the greatest story. It's about a little boy going into the woods with his father, and the little boy says, like, if we go into the woods, there is going to be, you know, this thing that's going to get me. It's going to kill me, Daddy. And like, the dad just thinking, oh, okay, it's just, you know, a kid saying whatever, you know, doesn't believe the child, doesn't believe in intuition, things like that. And lo and behold, this thing and comes and, you know, unfortunately takes the child. And then the father's left without the child and like, oh my God, I should have listened. So this can definitely be like, you know, some energy of not listening to yourself in some sort of situation, right? Not listening to your inner child, not trusting your inner child. Like your inner child will tell you this is unsafe. And, you know, there is something to be said about it's good to, you know, not have regrets about certain things, but it does seem like there still is some mental blockage about not trusting intuition or not trusting your own inner child here. Let's find out some more about this. The Six of Pentacles. Okay. So the energy hasn't been able to change yet. So the Six of Pentacles, these are the Turnock. These are like spirits that come usually as bear spirits, but they can be animal spirits as well as like stones. And the shaman, of course, you know, that scorpionic energy, the shaman is able to tap into that, you know, the Turnock energy, these spirits, and then translate it for, you know, the Inuit people. So, you know, this is that shamanistic process of transmuting some sort of energy of the situation. And for, you know, the pentacles to be coming out, it looks like it's the physical world. So because it's coming out in reverse, like it seems like you're able to, you know, let go of, I don't know if you heard that, but like my elbow, my right arm, it's the masculine that's really going through it. The masculine not trusting the inner child. And it's like there's some sort of acceptance. Again, it's not trying to place shame or blame. It's not the feminine haunting. It's not the masculine making any sort of wrong decision in a moralistic sense. It definitely feels like you're beyond that. But the mental like anguish of the consequences and not being able to physically change what has happened seems to be really where it's stuck. What's the light energy? Honehenge, stab in reverse. So you might not be talking to this person. It's like the Ace of Swords kind of coming out in reverse, but I'm hearing like this wasn't necessarily a stab in the back. It just literally was not listening to intuition, like not having the third eye connected, like with the shaman in reverse, like again, not being connected to spirit, not being able to accurately translate in order to trust what was told, or what the inner child was saying. Let's see. It says, if anyone dares grab its hilt, it wraps a blue cloth around that person's arm and drains that person's life energy completely. And it wants to come upwards. So yeah, it talks about draining the life force. Like literally, like someone feels like their inner child may have died in a situation. You know, maybe you're doing your own inner healing child, but honestly, it feels like in terms of some sort of relationship, it just feels like all the energy has drained out of it and you can't really figure out how to use alchemy to transmute the energies to make things physically different. Let's see, what's the shadow? I'm still glad that you don't have like that regret and that shame sort of thing, Gemini. I will tell you that. I'm proud of you for that. Porygon Z, slowing beam. Yeah, so it feels like you're slowing down, like your process is slowing down. You may have been, you know, going, and now it's like, okay, I have to slow down because I can't figure out how to change this. Like, I still have this, like, ugh, but these are the consequences. Like, I don't regret what I did because I know, you know, everything's in divine alignment, but ugh, now I have these consequences, and it's just like sucking the life out of you that you can't get over this, that things aren't changing. With Porygon Z, there could be some sort of Gen Z sort of thing going on here. But yeah, things do seem to be slowing down. Porygon is also a Pokemon that moves in cyberspace, so there could be some sort of connecting either maybe through like, either through the internet or maybe through like the astral space, because I think they can also like go into different dimensions and stuff, if I'm not mistaken, like Porygon Z. That's like the 3rd generation of Porygon. Okay. It says, its programming was modified to enable it to travel through alien dimensions. Seemed there might have been an error. Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like you might be astrally traveling, like not communicating with this person, but, you know, in your dreams or through transcendental meditation, whatever sort of means you are doing, it seems like you are going kind of in and out of these dimensions. It's Pisces season, 'tis the season, right? Pisces rules the 12th house, Neptune, the unknown, the unseen, you know, all other dimensions and stuff, things that you can't, you know, that are beyond the 5 physical senses. So it looks like that's what you're doing, and there may have been an error. So that's the thing. It's like you feel like you've jumped into a timeline that's wrong. Like you don't have any regrets, but then why is there still, you know, consequences that are like, ugh, but why can't this change? Like, you know, you're a powerful manifester, but it just seems like you've jumped into a timeline that doesn't serve you in some sort of way. Let's take a deeper look. What's keeping you down? What's keeping you stuck? Time travel, likely. Jeez, Gemini. All right, let's see. What's keeping you down? What's keeping you stuck? Okay, quite a bit. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. I mean, we're not going to do all of those, but I did see the 9 of Wands in reverse. So 3 of Cups in reverse is telling me that, you know, you're slowing down to where you can't really transmute your emotions into something creative, right? Like, instead of crying, maybe you write a song or a poem or, you know, journal or something. You know, like, you've always been had this, like, shamanistic principles. As you can see, there's, like, song and dance here. So I always take, like, you know, 3 of Cups is typically, you know, celebration and happiness and stuff like that. So I do see what's keeping you down is that you're not finding happiness. But it also feels like you can't engage in your creative endeavors that you usually like, of how you take your emotions and get them out of you. It just doesn't seem to be working. It's still kind of stuck. Tell me more about this 3 of Cups. The 6 of Wands. Yeah, I mean, as you're time traveling, you're also astrally projecting. You know, 6 of Wands, this for me is partying. So you might be partying a lot, but just not having happiness with it, right? So maybe in the past, like drinking with your pals or going out, you know, doing whatever, dancing, singing, again, like that used to really bring you joy. But now it's like you're doing those things, but it's not bringing that emotional fulfillment that it usually does. It's not getting the feelings out of you that it once did. And like I said, the 6 of Wands for me in this deck is astral projection. This is a bunch of spirits that are partying in some giant party building. So yeah, it does look like you're really traveling. So what's keeping you stuck? It looks like you're not very grounded. I mean, who is? It's Pisces season. It looks like you're not very grounded, but it does look like you are constantly sort of leaving your body. You could be dissociating a lot, but astral projection and going into different dimensions and stuff is especially noted. It's like, right now, you're like how Pisces is every year. Just 1 foot in a different dimension. What's the light energy? Okay, okay. Gemini, there's a lot going on. So something wants to hide, but we're going to talk about that first. We have Ninkata using slight intrusion and Carbink using safeguard. Yeah. So whatever this, like, you know, interdimensional sort of travel or whatever, there has been some sort of intrusion into the heart chakra. And now there's a fight in order to safeguard. This might be a separate message for someone else. Maybe someone's dealing with someone in Gen Z or something, or an internet relationship. I don't know. But it does feel like 2 separate things. Anyway, so there has been some sort of intrusion. Like, again, it's like something got in, and that's what caused an error in transmission, if that makes sense. It says it can sometimes live underground for more than 10 years. It absorbs nutrients from the roots of trees. So it definitely looks like something got unearthed, you know, that hasn't been like 10 years. Like, maybe it's been 10 years that you haven't been able to feel good about like partying or something. But it feels like this person, like you met them back in the astrals, and it's been like a long time, maybe not 10 years specifically, but it absorbs nutrients from the roots of trees. So it definitely looks like this intrusion was, you know, absorbed from your root chakra. So it made you feel a little bit unsafe here. And then with Carbink using Safeguard. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So for some of you, when someone came into your astral, either your meditation or your dreams, there was some sort of scrambling and mix up because of like crystals that either the other person is using when they sleep or you are using when you sleep. Because it protected you in some sort of way where the message didn't fully come in. Okay. Again, this feels like a specific message for some people. Okay, it says, it has slept underground for hundreds of millions of years since its birth. It's occasionally found during an excavation of caves. Yeah, so again, this talks about like sleeping for hundreds of millions of years, and this is coming out for 10 years. So again, it's like that really powerful old gemstone, right, crystal magic sort of thing that has somehow influenced how there was an error here when you were traveling. Okay, again, that's just a message for some people. So let's put that aside. All right, so in the light energy, we have aromatherapy, floettes, and double colorless energy in reverse. So it looks like there is some sort of soulmate, right? Because fairy type always indicates soulmate. And look how there's kind of this chasing, how like they're all chasing Floette. So, you know, there could have been this game of kind of cat and mouse sort of energy. And that soulmate relationship is no longer serving you. It's like you're not really interested in kind of doing that. And also with the aromatherapy, there could be something that like smells different. You know, it's like, you know, maybe when you used to party, like the smell of, you know, booze or cigarettes or whatever used to like really excite you. But now it's like, it's not doing what it used to for you. It says, when the flowers of a well-tended flower bed bloom, it appears and celebrates with an elegant dance. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like every time there was something good, this is how it was celebrated, right? With a dance, like dancing, singing, you know, maybe drinking, maybe doing drugs or whatever. But like those things that used to bring joy no longer bring joy. And it looks like it's because there's a soulmate relationship that's no longer there anymore. Okay, double colorless is soulmate, double dragon is twin flame, of course. So yeah, it looks like some sort of soulmate connection has ended. Let's see, what's the shadow? They may work in like aromatherapy or like they have a very distinct perfume or something. Okay, yeah, and trainer super rod with seismitoad echoed voice. So, you know, trainer indicates the other person, and it feels like this soulmate that has gone away, they were so deep. They were so deep, and it's over. And that's why the thing is, they're in their water so deep, okay? And that has echoed through with seismitoad using echoed voice, has echoed through it into your emotional body, because it looks like you have some sort of emotional connection, and the fact that they're in the thick of it and in the deep, well, now that's echoed into your emotional body. So you're both just kind of being held there. It says, they shoot paralyzing liquid from their head bumps. They use vibrations to hurt their opponents. Yeah, so this can be someone that you've been in a fight with. And, you know, because they're really low, the poison that they have has now connected to you. And that's what's keeping you down, is the fact that you're connected to this soulmate relationship that has ended. Well, like I said, in the extended, we're going to take a look into what we can do to bring you to shore. That's the earth physical element. And how do you dry off? That's the air and mental element. And then some advice, how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. But let's see what is going to bring us into the extended. Please give us some advice for Gemini here. This is pretty interesting. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Coming out stuck. It is so important that you have clear communication. Okay? So important. And, you know, Yeah, even the trains are saying it. And we know it's going right here. Like, there was some sort of error. There was some sort of error in communication and what, you know, how the travel happened and things like that. And, you know, with the new moon in Gemini, your new moon coming out stuck, it's like you have to be able to communicate clearly. And as I told you, there was some sort of intrusion by, like, crystals or, you know, what somebody using crystals when it comes to this sort of astral travel. So it's very, very important that clear communication is had here. Okay, Gemini. The link is in the description box below if you are interested in coming to the into the extended. Also, you know, all my information for private readings are down there. So I hope to see you in the extended shortly. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.